I'm Brian Posehn. You may know me from my stand-up comedy, or from the TV shows I've been on, like the Sarah Silverman program. I love comic books, metal, and anything nerdy, except furries. They're gross. But that does include Dungeons & Dragons, which I've been playing with the same group of my funny friends for a decade now. So we decided to record us playing the game and turn it into a podcast, and we call it...
Nerd Poker. Dungeons & Dragons with Brian Posehn and friends.
Blaine!
Ken!
Sarah!
Sark. Don't forget Gerry.
Hey everyone, it's Brian Posehn, and you're listening to Nerd Poker, Dungeons & Dragons with Brian Posehn and friends. Hi, friends.
Hello,
Hi, Brian.
Hi, Brian. Greetings.
Donor shout out before we get going. Christopher Moeller sent some money to Nerd Poker. Thanks, Chris.
Thank you.
Thank you, buddy.
Thank you.
Thanks, Chris.
Thanks, Chris.
Where
No
were we
Moeller
last
jokes?
week? What happened last week? We're outside of Glenishmore. We're on the...
What was I signing? This is like a little scroll card.
Yeah,
It's very nice.
that was the guy that did all our...
You have our great miniatures.
Okay, all right.
Cool.
Yeah.
Jeff
So last
Chafee.
week, you guys, by the skin of your teeth, survived an interstellar collision with a planet. You crashed your spacefaring, spell jamming vessel successfully with no fatalities, thanks to Captain Blackie Green and First Mate Sparklet.
Pretty glass half full
Yeah.
look at the whole event. But
Hey, turn that down upside frown.
Yeah, you were heading in towards you spent the last energy for for an FTL jump on a jump to Glenishmore.
thank God we did.
So there better be food.
You actually in the big picture, you're actually not far. You're you're on the right side of the planet. So that's nice.
I was ready to cross the universe. You damn well better be sure I was ready to cross a frozen Arctic tundra filled with wolf creatures.
That's right. So, your final resting spot, you're estimating at the moment, is several hundred miles north and slightly east of Glenishmore. You've landed in the Northland, which you're only vaguely, Sir Richard, even you were only vaguely familiar with.
It's near Truckee.
This is a harsh environment.
This is Barstowmore.
So
Flivin.
you guys spent the night, if I remember right. You spent the night in preparation for the starting your long journey south, and
We're going to strike out at morning.
Yeah, and you guys noticed there was a couple main things. You heard wolves. That was slightly creepy and ominous. And you also noticed, after sort of trekking around in a real quick recon around the crash site, that in the morning when you got up, some of the odd bits of debris and firewood and stuff that you'd gathered, you could tell that you're on like a shifting ice flow. So there'd been a dramatic sort of overnight movement.
I'll say.
So it's going to be a little tricky to...
Closer to our... or further, or we're floating away, or...
No, it's just sort of a random jostling of...
Okay.
Yeah.
It's going to be
Would
a
you
problem
say we
for
have
us.
500 miles to walk?
Yeah. Would you walk 500 miles?
I would walk 500 miles.
Left-handed.
And then I'd punch a whore just to get to Glenishmore.
I should say that when I say dramatic movement, I'm not talking like 10 miles. It was like...
Wasn't it 80 feet or something?
Yeah, it was like...
That's going to be a problem, though, over the weeks and days. And
What weeks and
I was
days?
thinking maybe we could leave a magic item in the
We're
ship
walking
as
like
we get
500
close.
miles. Did you hear that part?
Did you guys sing the song?
Sort of.
What's the song?
Are we recording this?
I would walk 500
I was gonna
miles,
say,
and
did I miss
I
when
would
you sung
walk
the
500 more
miles?
to be the man
I'm glad,
who
'cause it
walked
gave us a chance to do it again.
780 miles to get the failing mark in math class.
Oh, God.
So you
Hey,
did
what's
sing
going
it.
on, guys?
Yes,
We
okay.
But now, the rule of three in comedy, you guys are going to have to alley-oop that one more time. We're going to figure out the...
We got 45
All right,
minutes
here
or
it comes.
50 minutes.
And I walk.
It's almost. As I thought for a second, you were almost going to do Celine when I
Right, that's same here.
super slow.
Celine Dion?
Or not
Whitney.
Celine
Whitney.
Yeah, I get my crackheads.
Get your
confused.
divas right.
That's originally a Dolly Parton song.
There you
Whip
go.
it.
You are painfully straight, Gerry Duggan.
It's the first time that's ever been said.
Crack that whip.
So,
What has gone on
yeah,
here
I
in the
don't know.
last 40
Madness.
seconds?
So
I
we've
thought
got.
you guys were
Just
talking
do a
about
music
divas.
show. Forget D&D.
I just feel like no one's even looking at anyone right now. They're all just singing to themselves.
eyes
You're the one I
slightly
want.
crossed.
What?
Chaos. It's chaos.
You guys were talking about divas.
Hi, are you a recording artist that has been abused by the Nerd Poker Gang? Please get in touch with ASCAP.
The podcast community in general.
We have, yeah.
Yeah. So
Happy
that's where we're
birthday.
picking up. Where you guys are waking up,
$10,000 now.
Nice
and you're ready to begin your excursion here. It's
before we leave the ship, though, we have to figure out how to secure it. So, I mean, even if we leave a magic item on board to later detect, we'll be we have to be within like a
60
pretty
feet.
yeah, we have to be within 60 feet to detect it. So, does Stargoyle stay with the ship? Is Stargoyle capable of staying with the ship?
No, I
alone?
think we could probably have Stargoyle just sort of like just take a marker, right? He can just
He could, but he won't be able to
Spider
account for the
tracer.
ice flow.
well, you know what? Let's I'm going to put something reflective on the top. I'm going to get something going to get
I
some
was
glass.
thinking,
I'm going
yeah,
to get some
putting like a flag up there if we could.
yeah,
somehow,
some sort of marker that's above any sort of snowdrift height. That's dark, a flag, some cloth, maybe some old a Martha Mon underpants. Those things are visible from a distance.
I think that's a good idea.
We'll hook that up in that way. When we come back for this thing, if I'm using a fly spell, I can just see it from a low altitude.
Okay.
Let's put up some rainbow flags.
So some banners.
flags and
It's got
banners
like a
on
kite
top.
shop on the boardwalk.
I have 2 magical daggers, correct?
Yes.
I'm going to leave one on board the ship just so we can ping. If it snows 10 feet, we're screwed.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's a start, though. The weather right now, your best estimate right now is that it is sort of you're in a spring vibe, so the ice flows are melting and shifting a lot. But that also means that you're not in the thick of some winter nightmare. So it's clear outside. It's crisp. The wind is like bitingly cold, but it's like sort of like that sunny Antarctic looking vibe. So you guys rig some makeshift banners using odds and ends, sticks, fabric, stuff loose bits of the ship, and it's as you sort of stand back to admire your work. It looks like a beached whale, sort of with little banners sticking out of it. But if it snows, even if it snows 10, 12 feet, you should be able to see it if you fly over. So
Okay, we're good.
what you don't want to have happen is for it to sink.
Yeah, I know.
But there's not much you can do about it. You're all alive. That's glass is half full, right?
I'm glad I'm alive.
Yay, we're alive.
Sir Richard seems dubious.
I'm just happy to be back near.
Back on the
Glenishmore.
same Terra. Okay.
Continent adjacent.
You know this place so well. Are you going to be able to direct us to it?
Yeah, I'll be able to get us there. And
Yep.
then when I get there, I'll get us a deal on a room.
That's right. I mean, step 1 is head south several hundred miles. So
Are we're not separated by an ocean or anything?
no.
Okay.
No. All right, so you guys are all geared up. This is going to be, there could be like survival elements here, so
I have endurance as
We-
a proficiency.
That's good, because that will come in handy. We're also going to need to keep track of, and we should set right now, because we've been pretty loose with it, but let's figure out what your rations situation is. A ration is just the equivalent of food and water for a day, so...
According to my sheet, I have plenty. So I'm good.
So let's say that you guys, just from granola bars and peanuts on board the ship, that you guys each have going out 3 days worth of rations. And then beyond that, we'll you can survive without them, but you'll start to take hits to your abilities and attacks if you start to get or if you start to starve. But
3 days of rations and water, is that the same?
Yeah, I'm just counting it as the same.
Because on our sheets there's a separate thing for water/wine. They go into the same category.
Second edition.
It's also snacks. We have snacks here. So we have 3 days worth of snacks.
I'll just count it as the same, even though technically...
Can we have a nice Shiraz?
Yeah.
As our
You found one.
Sweet. Mildred's hammered.
No, so yeah.
It's my
just like
favorite
that.
Shaq movie.
Dwarves.
Where he's
Dwarf
the
chicks
wizard.
can't hold their booze.
I think that's the opposite's true, actually.
I think so.
I think
yeah,
probably.
you
There's
probably
the
drink
Shiraz
like a
of
fish.
sunset.
Yeah.
All right, so then you guys are striking out, yeah? Beautiful, crisp, northern hemisphere morning on the planet of Glenishmore. It's not the planet, well, to you it's the planet of Glenishmore.
What is the planet called?
There isn't a name. I don't have a name for
But
it
there
that
must-
I can tell you.
Schmor's Glen.
You must have a name. I mean, there was a name for your planet, right?
Yeah, there's some backstory that I don't want to spoil.
Okay.
But yes, look.
Oh my God, it's Earth.
Oh,
along.
not again. Why do we keep crash landing on Earth?
Wait,
Yeah, no,
if
the-
Mildred asks him what the name of the
finally
planet
did
is,
it.
he's like, there's backstory I don't
Well,
want to
no,
spoil.
but there's it's look. I was not a world traveler, so I stayed pretty tight to Glenishmore. I know where we are, but I haven't been to the other continents.
Hey, fella, what's your story?
Yeah, but how do you not know the fucking name of the planet
Right.
we're on? And why are you keeping it a secret?
Now this is
We're gonna
weird.
kill you now.
I know.
I mean, it's weirder.
Whoa.
It's weirder still that we didn't think to ask this before, but now that I have thought of it and you're not answering,
I don't know what a
It's
planet
secret.
is.
I honestly don't think that you know. I don't think he knows.
Oh.
But that's
The
there is
fuck?
some
Why does he
there's-
not know?
there
there's
are
a-
I loves Glenishmore, I'll tell you that much.
did you know you were on a planet? Do you have the concept of what that means? Before
Let's
this?
everybody take a step back and remember you're talking to a fucking paladin.
Whoa.
No, I knew I was on a planet,
Paladin
but
with a
there
potty
was
mouth.
There was I was not always a paladin.
Oh. Well, we have a long
Then
way
we
to walk.
dissolve
So
and you're
while we're
played by a
walking,
young
while
Christian
we're
Science.
walking, can I ask him more about this as we walk?
You can. You guys strike out. You're heading south, right?
Let's walk and
We're
talk.
heading wherever the
Snow is
paladin, not
like got a
paladin.
crispy top layer. It's still frozen from the night, so you guys are crunching, sledging your way south. You ask?
Yeah, so I'm like, what's the deal with this planet? And you weren't always a paladin. We got a lot of time to kill here, so let's hear all about it.
I'm curious to see what he says here too.
I was not always it's not always a paladin. I spent a lot of time in the dark
Touching children.
in a dungeon. But when I left the dungeon, I really didn't have anywhere to turn, so I sort of gave my life over to Glenishmore.
What were you in jail for?
I was a thief.
You were a thief?
I was a thief.
Is that what happened? Is that why you don't have your...
That's why I lost my head.
Oh, Mildred.
Oh.
Mildred's on it.
Steely.
Investigative reporter Mildred.
Well, I really just wanted to know the name of the planet. I didn't actually care that much about his backstory, but I guess as long as we're,
You got it.
Yeah, you weren't like a
We didn't
noble
have the
dude,
concept though of like planet versus like Glenishmore was the we knew about the stars
Right.
and everything, but
But we would have said like
Glenishmore
Earth,
is-
even when you thought it was flat, you would have been like,
well, but you probably would have said
It's
like,
just the heavens and the-
America or-
and
You've
Yeah,
heard
it's
you've heard how
lands.
this Glenishmorian refers to Glenishmore though.
yeah.
There's
He
Beyond the
fucking
edge of the
loves it.
map, it's 0 fucks given.
Right.
ZFG.
All right. So yeah, you guys, you hike during the day. You're keeping them. There's a mountain. Remember, there's like a range of mountains to your off to your left or to the east of you, and you're heading south, sort of parallel to that. And those run the entire way down. So even east of Glenishmore, the island that Glenishmore's on, even east of that, you can see the same range of mountains. Huge, just jagged
There are yetis in the mountains.
daggers
Really?
of rock. Yeah.
Can we eat them?
We can eat almost anything that we come across.
We could use their pelts.
Yeah, I want to wear a Yeti.
You're already wearing
I wish
like
to
10
eat and
different
wear.
things.
I like to wear a lot
You're
of
like,
stuff.
You're like a space
I'm a
homeless
little
guy.
bit of a dandy.
like a guy with pushing
I
a
like to
shopping cart.
fancy it up.
You just
By the
described
way,
the opposite
you know what?
things. You were like, you're
all
like a
about
space
layering.
homeless guy. And he's like, I'm a dandy.
I saw last
Yeah.
night I was driving.
Dandy homeless
I'm
guy.
not wearing old clothes.
Yeah.
What? What?
Oh,
This is going to be bad.
Oh,
Wait, hold on. Pause.
Well, pause the
Here we
game.
go.
I was driving by a chain retailer who shall remain nameless, but they were getting ready. It looked like they were getting ready for World War Z. They're putting up barricades
what the
for
Thanksgiving,
for Black Friday,
Black
and Thanksgiving.
Fuck.
And I was like,
Baby Gap.
I was like, what the? Yeah, and I was like, all right, that's depressing. Then I drive down La Brea on my way to the 10, and there's the like burned out mess of a Blockbuster, and that was also kind of sad.
That's kind of heartwarming. I
But
think.
well, I like
fucking hated that
Blockbuster being gone too, but nothing
Yeah.
ever went in there. And then
Right.
face down on the concrete is a dead hobo.
Oh,
and the
weird.
coroner is there collecting the dead hobo.
That's not funny at all.
No, I know. I told you it was going to be bad, but all of this sort of led to like, you know,
Are you right
there's-
outside the Blockbuster?
Yeah.
Did you run
Face
over and
down.
put a Santa hat on him?
I'm just trying to help guys, like pushing the coroner back. He's a little bit more festive now.
Oh,
This is
dear.
too depressing.
Oh, holy shit, right?
On this asshole.
hang a single
Merry
jingle bell on
Christmas.
his toe.
Also, I don't think anyone uses the word hobo anymore. I think that's.
I'm
Jerry
bringing it
has
back.
forever.
It's much
I
cuter.
got it from Jerry.
Yeah, I was gonna say I thought Sark does, but I
I-
guess you got it from. Jerry.
I got it from Jerry.
Anyways, that was my depressing people getting ready to fight over Xboxes, and then probably a dead vet.
Fantastic.
Really,
You should make an
fucked me up.
ABC Christmas special about that. I feel
I
like it
know.
would be good.
That's the real ending of Rambo.
We'll cut this out.
All right, so
Well, we
I
have
don't
nothing
even
but
know
time
how
on
we,
our walk.
Yeah, I don't
know.
know.
We were talking. Yeah, I know how we got there.
How far are we? Are we almost there?
So yes, no. So you get so you walk through the day, and we'll deplete your rations here, but you sort of start
Completely
to
irrational.
I'm not that hungry.
you're edging
What?
east a
What are
little.
you wearing
We've
now,
broken
by the
new
way?
ground.
Oh, he's just wearing. He's doing it like that barefoot dude in the survival show on Discovery. You ever seen that guy?
Bear
Talking
Grylls?
about zero
The
fucks
guy who
given.
drinks his pee.
No, that's Bear Grylls.
Oh.
No, this is
That's the only survival guy I know.
Oh, I
whatever.
saw one guy who got stranded on an island. They just left him alone on an island for like 60 days.
Is that Survivor Man? He was awesome.
I think that might have
Was
been.
it Barefoot
All right.
Don?
Anyway.
Yeah. So Damien is not wearing much. He's wrapped himself in some odd threads and rags that were laying around the ship, but he
And you
doesn't have
calling
much
me
in the
a
way of
hobo?
clothes.
Is that going to be an issue?
It could be. It's not so bad during the
I
day,
got lots of extra clothes. Don't worry.
but it's going to get real cold at night. You guys are sort of edging east because you're trying to get off more onto solid land rather than the ice flow.
I think I would have grabbed whatever I could have grabbed on the ship. but
Yeah,
there wasn't
I don't
much,
think
so
you're naked anymore. I'm imagining that you've got some.
Yeah.
You
I
just
definitely togoed up.
What am I
yeah.
imagining?
so
Subway bags on his feet and shit.
as the sun starts to go down, you guys start to see the odd sort of shrub and sort of scrappy tree becomes more and more frequent, and it indicates that you've sort of gotten off of the ice flow and you're more on
That's good.
the actual like just frozen land. But as the sun goes down, you can see on the horizon somewhere you can see a faint glow, like as if it's like a campfire possibly. It was not visible while the sun was up, but as soon as it gets dark enough, you can see this really faint glow further to the south.
How far away does it look? Should we set up camp or towards that?
Well, from here you can't. Yeah, you can't see the source of the light, so it could be like a campfire just over the next little rise.
Let's get to the fire.
Or it could
Let's
be.
check the hillock.
Yeah.
We can make our own fire.
We could.
I can make my own fire.
But let's see if it's friend or foe.
Yeah,
Is that the idea?
I can fly.
While I'm walking,
You believe you can fly?
and we're walking by any
ATMs.
no, any of these trees you were saying, we were starting to see bushes and trees.
Yeah.
I'm looking always for a staff, a new staff. So
okay.
if I find
Okay.
There's I know this girl that just moved here from Ohio.
I would
apple
start
one
to
down the
use it
street.
as a walking staff.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. Nothing yet. It's still too sparse, but yeah. So you guys. You delay camping just a bit to investigate this light. You move farther south, and as you come over the next rise, there's not big hills here. It's just the next sort of hill that's obstructing your view. Yeah, you can see that the fire, whatever the glow is farther away than you thought. Which also indicates that whatever it is must be
Pretty big.
a lot bigger. Yeah.
It's like a city on fire.
Las Vegas.
Also, while we're walking, I would probably, if I'm close to Blackie, he seems to be kind of the one that I think is so far is the coolest. So I'm going to ask him
Single
like,
tear rolls down the chest.
I'm going to ask him like for basically a rundown of what you guys went through.
Okay.
Since
To get briefed.
Yeah, I just kind of find out the backstory of the group.
Hey, Wizard, catch up the hot topic.
Well, it all started back in high school in Indiana.
We don't have to do it.
know.
We know it,
Yeah.
but just my character would want to know
The best
what the story is. Of all
That's
you
true
guys.
role playing. So now we're going to go back over all 6,000 episodes. We're going to do it. Let's do it in real time.
Tell me about this ship.
Nobody does.
We had all these coconuts in a bag of Holden.
Okay, so are we stop?
Yeah. So are you stopping or are you continuing?
Stopping camping.
Stopping.
Camp stopping.
Yeah.
I
Stop.
think we need to stop.
Okay.
Yeah, let's take a break while we're
set up the
stopping.
watch.
Okay.
Oh, we'll stop and stop.
And we're back.
All right. So you guys are going to set up camp.
I'll take the first watch.
Okay. All right.
Gathering some wood,
There's
whatnot.
not much shelter here. You guys gonna like dig a little like snow?
Nope.
Snow. Okay.
We're
Mildred's
gonna strip
doing
naked.
snow angels.
So, is there a place? Can we do that with the shrubbery? Or
Is there any wall around or anything we can sidle up to?
Yeah, you could do like
We
a
should build a
lean-to.
fire.
You could
Yeah.
do like
Sure.
a little lean-to fire
Bring some wood.
is possible. Yeah.
Yeah.
I will fire it.
So let's wipe out one day of rations. And you guys spend an hour or so putting together a lean-to to block the wind and start a little fire. You have the best fire starter ever.
It's true.
I'm on the lookout for signs
Drew
of
Barrymore.
animals too.
On animals? Or
There's signs of animals the
Okay.
entire time.
Okay.
Poo and footprints.
Yes.
So, yeah, you don't see any. You haven't seen anything all day. But as soon as an hour after sort of starting to set up camp, you do hear in the distance. You hear a wolf, and then in a totally other direction, you hear another wolf sort of answer it. As soon as your fire sort of gets going, they seem to have like keyed in on your location. They haven't messed with you, and you haven't seen them yet. But
Oh no, thermal
only-
wolves.
you've only heard them
We could use their pelts.
and protein.
Sure.
Good protein. So you guys,
Do we know their distance?
yeah. Is there?
Can I
let's
detect
see.
their distance just by listening?
Maybe. Is there a second edition, like a hunting, tracking?
There is a
skill?
hunting proficiency.
I don't have that, but I have something else.
Let's see. Proficiencies. We're going to look right now. All right, 2nd edition proficiencies. I see. Fishing?
That's not wolves.
I don't know if that's it. No.
Tracking.
Tracking. Where'd you see that? Who's got that? Ranger? Warrior? Oh, yeah, warriors. Okay, so that might be hunting and tracking. Both are under warrior there. So, anybody have either of those by chance? Hasn't really been necessary.
No, but it says characters who are not rangers roll a proficiency check for tracking with a -6 penalty to their ability scores.
Okay. What's it say for hunting as opposed to tracking? Attempt to stalk and bring down game. And tracking is... Tracking...
Like,
it's
Blaine, you
more-
haven't been here in a while. Do you have any ads banked for us?
Well, I did want to give a special shout out to one of my all-time favorites, Chili's 2, when you need diarrhea at the airport and blood farts on the flight. Chili's 2. We put the ooh in Chili's 2.
All right. Well, hunting and tracking seem very similar, but it seems like tracking maybe is a little bit more flexible for you could like
Better hours, especially if you're going to night school.
stalk people, fugitives, all that kind of stuff. But
Stack people got no reason.
what are you doing with? You said you had something else.
Well, I can communicate with them.
Okay.
So,
do you remember what
with
the range
wolves?
is
when I
on
would
that?
call to them I would call to them when they're close.
Are you like Duran?
Okay. So check that real quick. And right now they're not close at all. And you're keeping your ears peeled for any like sound of them scooting in.
30-foot radius,
Okay.
one at a time.
So you guys start to set up watches. What's the order of their watch? Sir Richard was up
first.
You just-
I'll go somewhere in the middle in case I need to start the fire up again.
Okay. So he'll be third, we'll say.
I'll go second.
Second, Mildred.
3. I'm 3.
Okay.
I'll just get up early.
Blackie.
I'll just keep an eye on things
You'll be
while
the
I'm
last
making
one?
omelets. Yeah.
Blackie. Okay. And Damien will be second to last. Okay. All right. So you guys hunker down and start to grab precious sleep. Mildred, you're awake.
I was gonna say it's always my watch. I feel like. Okay.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's
Maybe
like
it
me.
just feels that
I
way.
feel like that's like me and Predator missiles in Call of Duty, where I'm like, "You fucking kidding me? It's me every time. How's this possible?" Okay, so we'll just have you guys. Yeah, let's just do earmuffs for a second, so you guys can't hear, because you're all sawing logs. All right, you hear like a crunchy, can't tell animal, person, not sure, some type of footstep, definitely sneaky, right at the edge of the campfire.
Outside of the fire.
Yeah, and outside of the range of your dwarven vision.
Really? Even with my special dwarven vision?
Yeah.
Is anybody close enough for me to nudge them awake? I assume I was in a position to.
That's a good question. Let me roll my special party die.
Okay.
Keep your ear buffs. All right, Damien's closest.
Okay, so I wake him up.
All right, Brian, earmuffs off. All right, everyone else, earmuffs still. All right.
I gesture to the sound. There's a sound at the edge of the.
Okay.
One of us should go investigate. I can go look.
Yeah, I'll get up and walk over there.
All right. So Richard's snoring.
I'm going around as he's going. I have my eye on him, and I'm going, if I can, silently move to wake up
All right.
the other members.
Okay, so you go do that. So before they wake up, real quick, Brian, you see, you get to the edge of the light, and you see looks like a small child, just skittering, heading south back towards the light, just almost like skipping across the top of the snow.
Okay.
Go get it.
Do I detect evil?
Yes.
Get it.
What, can I run after it?
Sure.
Yeah, I run after it.
Okay, so right there, you're able to get people awake. So everyone can take your airboats off.
Jesus, that's creepy.
What happened?
All right, so you guys wake up.
I didn't even see it. Right? Did I see it?
No.
Okay,
Mildred is shaking you awake.
What's the matter, guys?
I heard something at the edge of the camp, and what's his face? The new guy went to investigate and then just took off running. So I think someone should follow. So I'll go. So I guess I follow him where he goes.
You hear footsteps receding across the snow in the night. Presumably, it's Damien in pursuit of something.
So I'm backing him up, I guess, because he doesn't have a.
He didn't say anything. Just took off.
Yeah.
Wow.
Can I see her? Where am I?
Well, you're in
from me.
You're in pursuit, so you're splitting the difference right now. But you're definitely within
I want to look.
holler.
I want to look
Can
in
she
the.
shout it? Well, I mean, she would have to shout at me first before I.
He's just booking it,
Yeah. He's like.
but he's not attempting to be quiet or anything.
No, he's in full sprint mode
Okay, so
after
I'm
something.
So I guess I'm like, what did you see? Should I keep following? I'm following you. I'm behind you.
Very creepy. A small human child. I detect evil.
Oh God.
That would be
Humanoid child.
If we were actually playing our parts in our movie,
Yeah,
the Nerd Poker
totally.
movie. Oh God.
Oh God, no.
That does sound creepy, Damien.
Do I see more tracks as I'm tracking this one? Do I see if there's? Am I going to get ambushed by a whole village of small things?
You don't. You're not a real tracking expert, but you cast a glance and you don't see anything. You see, in fact, you only see one set of footprints, even leading here. And
That's when Jesus was carrying you.
And they're super intermittent. So, and as you're chasing this child. You realize it's going to be sort of touch and go catching him because he's just skittering across the top of the ice, tick, 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 across the snow, and you're doing the snowshoe hike, but without snowshoes.
How far away am I from it?
If he comes back to camp wearing the small child
as one snowshoe,
it's
a tiny
I'll be
snowboard.
upset. I have a new pelt.
So yeah, you're basically matching his speed, and he was at the edge of the light and the range of sort of the vision. So you're about 20 meters back. By the way, I'm switching to the metric system in this campaign because it's fucking awesome.
Okay, dude.
Yep.
Sounds good.
So get on my level.
I'm
Canada.
I can fly.
Second time you
saying
said
that.
it.
New development?
What kind
Is
of
that what the
drugs are you
scroll
taking?
was? Is that what the scroll was that we recovered?
No,
Guys, I
I
can
just
fly.
have just one of my spells.
This was the transfer to second edition, required him pulling spells, one of which was flight. So
Yeah.
Well, I'm
it's all
just
different.
running behind, I guess, and
You can
Yeah.
fly. You can fly. You can fly.
you're having an even harder time sprinting through the snow since it's more hip deep. But you make up for your lack of lightness of foot with just pure dwarven snowplow power.
This
So
says
you're just
my
chugging.
endurance proficiency allows me to perform continual strenuous physical activity for twice as long as a normal character
Yeah.
before becoming subject.
So you look like Bugs Bunny when he's digging his tunnels to New Mexico, going through the snow.
Pismo Beach.
So it's totally dark
All
out
the
here where
clans
I
we
am,
can
right?
Yeah, not totally. You have it's clear sky, so you've got a little moonlight, some starlight lighting the way.
Can
but
I
you
cast
can
a flame while I'm walking?
It depends.
5.
What's casting time?
5.
No, so that would be.
Why are you shaking your head?
No, I just was trying to tell you that you couldn't.
Yeah.
Not
You
that
can't
I thought
while
that
you're
was
walking.
a bad idea.
Oh, okay.
He was laughing at you too. I saw it.
You
I was
could-
actually thinking how lucky for this kid that Amon Amarth not chasing him.
I always, I will always say that you could do minimal activity. So if you were walking, you could. But
I'm trudging.
It's going to be 5 full minutes, basically
Yeah,
5
I'm
full
trudging
rounds.
towards him. So okay. Is Mildred any closer to me? Is she
You're
more
matching-
proficient at running than I am?
You're matching distance as well, so you're another 20 meters back. So
I was going to try to lasso him, but I guess if I need to be able to catch up first.
yeah.
I was going to say, just in case this was a misdirect, I was going to look in the other direction to make sure that we're not being caught.
So you're
unawares.
sticking at camp for
Yes.
now,
Yeah,
Just
keeping
to
an eye.
make sure that there's
Okay.
not a.
What about Blackie? There was a hint of
He
flight
can
happening.
fly. He also has a very high charisma.
Oh, guys. Right now, I'm just flying. I'm just another guy that's with a high charisma that's flying. It's just it's no big deal.
You're now the Glynish Mori and Arnie Pie in the sky.
He's got a high humility stat too.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna cast flight.
Yes.
What's casting time on that? I don't remember that.
Casting time. Well, we've sent out some sides, and we have some people going into producers this week.
I think it's one round, but you have to relearn it,
is.
right? Or am I crazy? Maybe it's longer.
It is.
I hope it's quick. Then he could just.
Was it Hardwick that cast flight on Sir Robert
Casting
Masters?
time is
Yeah.
3.
3. Okay. So you're gonna start that.
Yes.
Who cast it on Santa Claus when we killed him?
Also Hardwick.
Yeah.
And then it stopped.
You didn't.
And then it's one.
You didn't kill him, by the way.
Well,
No, the parents did.
He was
parents
badly
did.
injured in the fall, and then the parents of the children
No,
murdered
no,
him.
I remember.
They tore Santa Claus to pieces.
At the Beverly Center, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So none of you
We're
got
better.
XP for killing Santa that day.
Next time we'll get him.
And then we hid in a Christmas tree.
Yes,
And
we
not
did.
in a Christmas tree.
Yeah. So he's. So you're casting flight. You're in pursuit.
Yes.
We're watching camp.
What else do I see as I follow him? I just see him.
He's heading straight towards the faint glow on the horizon. Yeah.
That's where
Straight
they all
south.
live. It's a weird city of snow kids.
Okay. I think I might turn around and tell them what's going on.
Yeah. So and you get the sense that even though you're able to maintain the kid is most likely going to be able to outlast you since he's not struggling against the snow.
Right.
So you start to feel yourself flagging just a little bit. You're not like dead tired yet, but you
No,
recognize
that would-
this
yeah.
might be a lost cause.
Yeah.
You turn around, you see.
And once I see where he's beelining towards, I would want to regroup and get people to come with me.
So Mildred, you're not tired yet at all.
You like it.
You see Damien. He stops and turns and is like evaluating the situation. What do you?
I'm gonna.
And you can converse here now too, because
Yeah.
I'm gonna try a little bit longer and see if I can close the distance at all. And if I
Okay.
can, then I'm gonna try to lasso him down with
Okay.
my rope use. And if not, then I'll turn around too.
I would warn her I wasn't getting any closer and thought that I would rather get everybody else involved.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll go back.
I hear
She-
you. I'll just give it another couple rounds or whatever. And
She runs by you. It's like she's speed bagging like the
Okay.
snow. Just
And I would keep my speed up to go back, or I'll go as fast as I can to get
Okay.
back to these guys.
which will be easier because you've now plowed a pretty nice trail. Blackie, you keep casting. You're keeping an eye on everything.
Indeed.
You don't see anything like there's no like flankers or anything, but you do hear slightly closer but still distant a wolf howl, and then a couple answering farther to the south.
I will also issue a wolf howl.
Oh, okay.
Does it sound like they're closing in, or they're just?
You're not gonna make him roleplay?
Wait,
I
do
was-
I hear a wolf? Yeah, baby. Is it a real? Is it a real wolf? Can I tell?
Yeah, it sounds like a real wolf.
All right, but not close enough for me to start.
No. But they're definitely like observing because as each of these like things is happening, there's like almost a communication, like an updating going on.
I don't like it at all.
Okay,
So
so
like updated wolves.
2 extra rounds go by. Mildred, you've gained a little, but you're not in lasso distance yet, but you've actually gained a little. You haven't had to dig into your endurance stat yet for like miraculous feats of stamina, but you can feel like that's coming up pretty quick. You're going to start to really have to dig deep to pursue this kid. And at that point, Blackie, your fly spell pops, so you're able to... and you can't hear...
To infinity and beyond. Do we have to pay for that?
Actually, you can't because you've got your Blackie ears. You do hear the crunching of snow where Mildred is chasing, and you head off over the top of the snow.
And it's in milk too. That's what's really amazing.
All right, so Damien, you head back to where your guys' fire. The embers are burning low, and you see Bart and Sir Richard sort of heads
Just
on
so
swivels.
I know in the future, was I ever close enough to throw command on this kid? Probably not, huh?
What's the range on command? Do you remember?
I'm looking up.
So these guys are back
It's
at camp.
the first level, so I would imagine it's not very far.
I don't know. I feel like 60 feet is like their default sort of.
What's that in metric?
Which is 20 meters or so, according to my estimates.
Is that Chevy Chase?
That was my Bruce Willis. What? Really?
It's all
You didn't get that?
I thought he was actually trying to do Bill Murray and Caddyshack, but
He did have sort of that double lisp. Yeah, so Mildred...
30 yards.
30 yards, okay.
Oh, shit, I probably was close enough to
So
yell at him.
you were 20...
90
yeah,
90 feet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
20,
fuck. All right.
close enough.
Do I see...
Yeah,
do I see the dragon or the
Former thief.
Yeah,
the guy with
yeah,
the
yeah.
attitude?
And they're doing like sort of real abbreviated patrols around the edge, just making sure no one's gonna sort of attack the camp or that there's no other
Who do I see
people
first?
spying. You see them both; they're just right there. So
No luck, huh?
I got close to him, but he was... Could I notice anything about him? Did he have clothes on? Was he...
just a little. It was a little boy, or as far as you could tell, by
What an
night,
odd question.
it was a little.
Hey, did that little boy? I mean, was he?
Well, no, I mean, I wanted
naked?
details about him was what I meant.
Was he well endowed?
What kind of clothes?
Like, specifically though, did he have clothes on?
Was he hot?
He's got a
Did he seem
trust fund.
cool? Did he seem cool?
Can I take his
Did he
clothes?
Did he like me?
Can I rape him and wear him is what I'm
Oh, we were having so much fun.
asking. Oh, that's my old character. Sorry.
Yeah, so as far as you can tell in the low light, it was a little human boy, maybe 8 to 10 years old.
Human boy. Ba-ra-pa-pum-pum.
I can tell you, though, that it gave me the creeps seeing him, and I definitely detected evil as he was running
Give
away.
you the
Yeah.
creeps.
Yeah, how can I give you the creeps?
Fantastic.
You are the creeps.
So,
Well,
I hope he doesn't get the
That's-
rest of
it's
his folks to
complicated.
come to us.
So is Blackie flying above me right now?
Yeah, so a few minutes of you guys, or rounds,
Classic.
of you guys being back at the camp and sort of quickly briefing Sir Richard and Bart. You're gaining on this. Kid, and Blackie. You feel Blackie's shadow sort of pass over you, Mildred, as he's like.
Okay.
But you're sort of proud that he's not like crushing you. You're actually sort of.
I'm saying that
keeping
Chariot's
up.
a fire thief.
Yeah.
Should we strike out, or do we think they're going to catch up to us?
So Blackie, you're going to get there first.
Getting to the.
Yeah.
From your low altitude, you see Mildred just like a dervish plowing through the snow, and then up
It's
ahead
adorable.
of her slightly,
Like a
you see this
tauntaun.
kid just skittering just across the top of the snow.
And
You also
Kill Jack Frost. Kill Jack Frost.
Earmuffs, everybody except Blackie. Wait, everyone's plugging their ears. All right, Blackie, you from up here, you also see that it looks like there's a little village up just maybe like a mile away. And it looks like there's some type of bonfire or something, a huge fire in the center of the town, and that seems to be what this kid is running to. All right, you're good.
We should take a quick break. And we're back.
Oh my God! Thanks for waiting for me, guys. I'm sorry I had to run down to Long Beach. That was the worst.
So you are Blackie. You are the first. You're going to be the first that's able to sort of interact somehow with this with your target here. What's the plan? You're in range. You're in sort of a short range here now. In another round, you could have like dogpile status if you wanted. But
this kid saw us and started running, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It seems that way. Yeah.
I'm just gonna do the little zip down and grab him by his little kid arms, and then I'm gonna fly him back to our windowless van. Yeah.
All right.
And then
also,
the dwarf is going to tie him up, and then
we have returned to Glenishmore as child abductors.
If you want, you can just sort of lift him off slightly, because Mildred will catch up to you almost immediately, and then she'll be able to help you sort of handle him. That way there's no surprises. Sure. But
well, he's probably already surprised that an elf just picked him up out of the snow, right? His ears were obviously keyed into the sounds of pursuit, so he squeaks as soon as you sort of pop down. He was completely caught off guard by anyone silently being able to approach him, much less lift him up off the ground. So he just starts freaking out and kicking in his little. But it's just a kid. There's not like any hidden strength.
He's just a kid.
It's not a tiny humanoid creature. As you sort of grab him, you see that it's just a kid. As soon as his feet like spinning leave the surface, his momentum slows, and Mildred churns up underneath, and you're able to grab his like waist and his legs. Just a little. It looks like just a little boy. He's wearing winter, like sort of homemade winter gear made of skins and leather, but he's just a kid, and he's screaming and fighting and kicking and
the screaming.
Quiet.
Shut that chicken up.
Tell him, he needs to.
All right, just utter panic. He's just
the screaming worries me. Who's in range? Who can hear me?
Just cover his mouth.
You guys are several rounds out from the camp, so you guys you're able to shout if you wanted.
I mean,
you
did
hear
detect
a
evil
faint
on him, so
the shrill sound of a child screaming.
Let's all meet in the lobby in 2 minutes.
Okay, but can you cover his mouth while you bring him back to camp?
Yes, okay. I'm going to.
With kisses.
You would probably better be able to do that and just lug him back.
Yeah, okay, I'll do that.
Like a briefcase.
But I tell him, I'm like, we're not going to hurt you. We just want to talk to you. Can you stop screaming, please? Do you speak common or whatever I'm speaking right now?
Oh my God. Fucking kid.
I wish we knew a dude who could handle situations like this.
So
by breaking their neck.
So tucked under your arm.
I could drop him.
Please don't.
No, I'm carrying him now.
Hey, are we all
so
in range?
Yeah, you shuffle him back through your trail, and you regathering back at the camp. So walking into the light, you hear the crunching footsteps just before you see Mildred and her muffled sidekick come back into the light of the campfire. It looks like they caught what is just a little village boy.
I bless him.
Little village boy.
You bless him?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Nice.
So the hair, like the ends of his hair, splits almost like he's been singed. The edges of his eyebrows crisp off. He starts to fucking next level freak out now.
I think it's time to end the boy.
Well, I tried. Good night. See you in the morning.
Okay, so I crouch down on his level, and I'm trying to talk to him and just be like, "You need to calm down."
He's just evil.
Yeah, but he's evil, but he's like presumably he's a human-ish, so he should communicate.
Hi.
And the whatever's language is spoken up here, there's definitely as a Glendishmorian, there's definitely a common. You're speaking common should be.
Right.
These people speak common. So.
Charismatically talk to
I
the boy.
take around and I command him to quiet.
Okay. And that's one round casting.
Yes.
Okay. And let me just.
While this is all happening, I want to tell you guys that from my vantage point of flying, I saw that there's maybe about a mile up ahead, maybe 1.26 kilometers. There would be there's a village, huge fire in the middle of the village. He was making a beeline for this village. So if
huge fire, like the village is burning, or there's a huge fire?
No, I would think that
lighting
it's
up?
probably just like a village fire. But
Your average village fire.
But if this kid is evil and he's running for the village, I would think that it's going to be more evil because they're parents.
Evil.
Yeah.
It's all the parents.
No, I know. That's why I was worried about him getting there.
Yeah. So I mean, it's if you want to get all paladin about it, this would be a little quick snip.
Yeah,
snap.
just snap his neck.
Okay,
So
no one's killing a boy, even an evil boy.
let's get some more information.
Bring me the boy.
Yeah, so there's some muttering, some under the breath muttering from Damien, and then in his Dune witch voice, he commands the kid. He gives a silence command. Quiet, quiet, quiet. And the kid,
I pictured it more witchy.
yeah,
Dune the movie or Dune the book? In my head, it's always
Dune. Remember, they're like the
yeah.
weird echoing, and they do their voice. So
He is the Quisai Hajara. How can this be?
okay, so you're actually really surprised at the effectiveness of that. It ends up being the most successful command you've ever done, because the kid, not only does the kid go quiet, like his eyes roll back in his head till they're just whites showing.
Damn it.
And he goes like rigid, like fists thrust down at his side, toes pointed down, legs straight. Like he's in your arms, Mildred. He becomes like a board. He's not dead, but he just like goes completely stiff and
Time to go snowboarding.
no talking, nothing. He just goes like a switch flipped.
Okay, can I ask the paladin what caused him to be blasphemous towards his lord?
Whoa.
Wasn't I doing what we needed to do?
Well,
I quieted the child.
yeah, you quieted
Hold on,
the
guys.
child.
Hold on, guys. Let me put on my beret and get a white chocolate mocha.
What did you expect from this? Or I mean, what did you want from this situation?
I'm sorry, I didn't know that he was going to be your short round. I'll stay out of it now that I know it's a domestic dispute between you and an evil.
So
evil
Here
child.
we go.
While you guys are debating in mid argument, you hear a real wet.
I don't get your
sort of-
reference. I've only seen
What?
Raiders.
Like a-
Wait, we're hearing something
Whoa,
wet.
whoa.
a real like sort of wet knuckle crack sound. And you see the kid's jaw snaps open almost down to his neck. Like he snaps open. So his eyes are rolled back. He's completely stiff and his jaw opens up like a.
Okay, I'm backing away at this point, obviously.
So he's just laying there.
Release the boy.
Issuing forth out of his mouth, you hear a voice. So it's just his face looks like a little boy in pain, like in mid scream, but out of the mouth of the boy, you hear like a really deep voice, and it goes, "Worms, I promised your world's destruction." And then the jaws of the boy are like, and they snap shut, and his eyes roll back, and he immediately starts screaming and crying, and
Fuck.
he's curled up into like a little fetal position now.
Does this mean anything to me?
Well, I mean,
I don't know if it means anything to you.
Does it sound like the
But
old guy?
That's the guy. It's the guy.
Yeah, it sounds like the
guy
old
we're
guy
going
on
after.
like a slowed down. I can't do it, but it's like a slowed down record type
God
of.
damn it.
I hate that old man. I'm gonna fucking kill him.
Is it? Do I recognize it? Do I? Is it? From what I'm
from
trying
lore,
to
you
get
mean?
at,
From-
yeah, like.
No.
Was it necromancy, or I mean, what controlled that kid, and do I recognize where that came from?
Would you? No, there's dark.
Because these guys keep thinking they detect evil on me, but
Yeah,
I detected evil on him. But do I kind of know where it came from, or anything like that, or?
Not sure.
No.
Not sure. It could be what you do know, because each of you, actually, Blackie and Damien, are both sort of your similar sides of the coin.
But it doesn't remind me of any of the priests I studied under, or my father, the senator, or my sister, the witch, or anything.
No. You do recognize, though, both of you, that whatever
My father, Herman Munster.
whatever this is powerful. So
Cousin Ed.
Scott knows some of
Uncle
it. You guys
Fester.
don't know everything about me.
right.
Did you have a hepped up dragster that used to run
All right,
around?
so
Did your uncle ever
I'm-
put his
the
head in
kid
a
is-
vice?
So the kid is now screaming.
No,
so I'm
but
trying
my
to, like,
mother
calm the
died
kid
in
again.
childbirth.
Yeah, it's more like
That's not
sobbing
funny at
now.
all.
He's curled into a ball and he's sort of
didn't
just
say it was
crying and
funny.
scared. It looks like.
Okay, so I'm trying to calm him down.
Well,
now.
everyone that may be under the influence of the necromancer is probably going to ping evil. So if
Right,
he's
so let's
been able to,
Right, so let's just try to calm him down and see if we can talk
he's
to him
not
like a
evil.
person.
He's showing evil.
Right.
Yes.
If
as
they,
a possessed.
yeah. Okay, so I'm.
Can you
I'm
bless
trying
it
to-
out of him?
That's what I
If the
tried.
kid was
but-
if the kid was a normal kid and then got possessed, wouldn't he not run?
Your detect evil
He
is
might have been
constantly
scouting.
on, right?
And you would say
yes, and I have certain, like, it hurts evil creatures to be within 1 foot of me, so or
okay.
within
All right.
one area, so I guess 10 feet. So maybe I'll drop back.
Paladins are so OP.
So the kid is scared of us.
Yeah. So then I should say, as soon as the voice stops and the jaw clacks shut, you cease detecting evil.
Ah,
Oh, okay.
Okay.
all right. Can we?
So the
He's
kid is
scared.
starting to calm down a little bit now.
I'd like to think it was my beloved.
I give him a
friend.
little bit of a ration or something, and I'm trying to calm him down.
All right. So he's looking at you guys.
Wash
Yeah,
his forehead
yeah.
with a damp
Yeah,
cloth.
I'd pat,
Here, son, have some ration.
Okay. All right.
just like rub his back, and I'm like, it's
Yep.
Okay.
He starts to calm down. He's not like curling up and sleeping in your arms or anything, but he's not squawking anymore. He's sitting with his knees up to his chest and nibbling on some tidbits you guys gave him.
Juice box.
He's got eyes on all of you guys. Just yeah,
well
Capri
he
Sun
should.
with a straw through the bottom.
While I'm
Yeah.
flying, I'm relearning
Is he
fly.
wounded at all?
No.
okay. So now,
You should offer him your teeth.
We need to discuss with him what's going on in his village.
who did you just?
Damien.
Damien looks
Damien
really
looks-
sad.
Or
Very-
anyone, really.
Damien
yeah.
looks very unhappy with the
I don't
Dragonborn.
understand Dragonborn humor.
Welcome to the club.
Tell me about it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So
So
then,
now we start.
is this the interrogation sequence?
Yeah, I think this is the interrogation.
Let's not
right.
use that word.
Oh, okay. All right.
This is the soothing
Question and
information out
answer.
of
So
him.
what,
Yeah.
you know,
Session.
what's your name?
All right. So he says his name is Parn.
Parn.
I laugh. Don't name him.
Hang on, maybe I should have
Parn.
a chat.
My father's name
I'm
was
All right.
Parn.
joking. I'm
That's
joking.
it, partner. You've braced him enough.
Sorry, that was a Dragonborn joke.
Parn.
Where are you from?
He shakily points a finger towards the little
Glow.
where Blackie reports a town being just over the
Well, I
across
think
the
we've
snow.
located the source of the child Parn.
What? What is happening back at that town?
he says, he's like, everyone's asleep.
Why were you
I
scouting us?
I saw your fire.
Why were you scouting us?
Just wanted to come see who was out here. No one was ever out here.
Did any adults know you were out here?
He says, my mom knows that I'm out here. She's going to be worried.
Well, what time's your shift over?
No, wait. Do you recall anything what was? Are you familiar with an old wizard that we were fighting? Like, I want to ask him about the supernatural element. Does he?
Yeah, what happened to you? Do you know?
He's like,
he's not gonna have it.
No.
Have you had any bad dreams lately or anything?
It could just be that the necromancer was watching us through his eyes.
Right.
So that's what I'm assuming.
So he starts to blubber up a little bit, and he's like, he goes, I miss my dad. I haven't seen my dad. Our dads all
Jesus
left.
Christ.
He's like, we don't know where all the dads are.
Oh, all the men are
Sorry,
gone in your village?
Yeah.
We've seen it happen before.
Yeah. This is unfortunately, not unique. I think we should.
Dude,
visit
if all the
village.
dads are gone, you can hit up all the moms. Think about it. Just think about it.
Paladin would like to visit the village, make sure everything is okay.
Last dad in the village.
How late? What time of night is it right now? Because it was.
So this is second shift. So yeah, this would be
shift.
like 10:30 p.m. something like that.
So if all of the men are gone, who is left in charge in the village? If we accompany you back to make sure that you get back safely, is there someone that's taken over for the sheriff? And
So
who
he
would that
goes,
person
well,
be?
there's my mom, and there's my mom's friends, my friends' moms, but all the dads are gone. We don't know where all the dads are.
When did they go away?
He says, he's like, they've been gone for a few days. Usually they don't all go away.
You've checked the golf course. You've checked Jumbo's clown room. You've checked Big Five.
Were their garments still there, or did they take things with them?
It's a good question. One of us is.
I didn't want to ask the kid if there was blood everywhere.
Yeah, he says.
So you asked him about underpants.
Was there red liquid everywhere?
He just says, he's like, all of Dad's stuff is still there.
Did
She's
they
just
disappear? Or did you see them leave, or was it mysterious where they just were gone?
He's like, they just disappeared.
Let's walk you back.
Yeah, let's go back
Make
with
sure
you.
you get back to your mother.
Let's call it, and
All
then next week we'll walk the little whelp.
Just
whatever.
help me put this sofa into the van.
She a great big fat person.
What are you? A Garanimals?
You're about a size 14.
Jerry, we've got signing this Friday, right?
Yep, signing Friday at the Comics Cellar in Alhambra on Black Friday in the afternoon, and then Last Christmas is out right now.
Yes.
Deadpool 20 is out.
Hardcover of Last Christmas. It's very pretty. It's a great gift.
Stuff that in your stocking,
Yep.
won't you? And then the next day I'm in Anaheim with Remender down.
What time are you doing that?
Beach ball at 2 p.m.
Oh. I will be at Yo Gabba Gabba with my kid.
Yep.
So come say hi.
We'll each be listening
Unless
to loud
you're a
music
creep.
and confetti. Yeah, so same thing.
Ask Brian if his kid is well endowed when you see them.
Whoa. And then I've got dates coming up in December, 3 weeks in a row before Christmas. I'm in San Jose at the Improv. And then I've got Dallas, one of my favorite clubs, Hyenas. I'm back there. And then I'm in some places I've never been. I'm in Alabama and Pensacola right before Christmas. Check brianposehn.com. I think that's everything. See ya.
Later.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
This has been an Earwolf Media production. Executive producers Jeff Ulrich and Scott Ackerman. For more information, visit earwolf.com.
earwolfradio.com.